Hi, welcome to the Stockinit Zombies. I'm Amy, also known as Janetma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It. And this is episode 131. 131. The episode that almost wasn't.
Yes.
We had ourselves an SD card emergency and had to run to the store and get a new one so that we could record.
Yes, and I believe that the $12 card was behind lock and key, too.
It was. It was. But I think we should just all pause for a moment, and that SD card got us through, we think, close to 130 episodes, 2 years. It was a good SD card.
Yeah.
But now we've moved on.
Yes, and this new one will be a rock star.
Working now. I can see the light blinking. So, it just is a series of unfortunate events in my life recently. My cat Chaz got his tail stuck in a door on Saturday and needed some stitches and a vertebrae removed. So send your healing thoughts to Chazzy-Mo. He's sitting over there. He's up and around. He's a lot more,
Chipper.
mobile than he was a couple days ago. So, the vet was like, "This is a really mellow cat." We were like, "He is really mellow." I think my kids lay on him, and I think they tried to. I don't think they ever got close enough to one of your cats to try to treat them like they treat Chaz. But they were over at somebody else's house, and that cat was having none of it. They were like, But what's going on with you?
I'm trying to think. I thought I had some stuff to talk about. My daughter is riding her bicycle without training wheels.
Awesome!
And we are practicing that on a regular basis now, and maybe a prize is in order. I think Dad promised Build-A-Bear.
Ooh.
And I don't know. I'm still trying this cold or whatever it is, allergy, whatever is holding on. So hopefully in the next few days I can get over that and
Get over it.
I know. And just tons of work on the retreat. So I feel like I've been in front of a computer more than in front of my knitting.
Yeah, I agree. My evenings have been not so much knitting as retreat work, but it's a labor of love.
Yeah.
Super excited that it is June, that everybody's coming here super soon. And yeah, I don't know. I think if I had to describe my week, it would be up, down, all around, which is kind of the theme of the episode because we are reviewing that book this episode. So any new viewers that are joining us, hello. We are part of a blog tour. So if you're giving us a try as part of that blog tour, welcome. This is kind of par for the course. Or par for the normal, as I said before we started. Par for the normal. We kind of chitter chatter at the beginning, and then we talk about our finished objects, and then we talk about our works in progress, and then we do reviews and enabling, and then we do retreat talk, but retreat talk kind of snuck in at the beginning there.
A little bit.
You gotta let that in if that's part of your daily life, right?
Yep. And then we also have drawings.
Yeah, and Minestrati.
Yeah. Gotta do that too.
Completely forgot about it. So we do self-striping KAL, year-long self-striping KAL, if you've not heard. Last month was Desert Vista Dye Works. I tried to add the at all opportunities. Minnesota, Desert Vista Dye Works. And she sent this Zombody Loves You, which has a very fantastic bright pink and red and that little zombie splash of greeny black. And this is, of course, self-striping to replace the one that you knit this month or a previous month. And as we go along, we accumulate entries. And before the June cutoff, 1,065 entries.
Wow.
Wow, what's up?
It's a lot of socks.
It is, or whatever they are. Maybe hats. And the winning number was 623, which was entered on March 31st. So they had gotten in just in time for March, but little did they know they were going to win for the May drawing.
Mm-hmm.
And that was Sun Sparkle 010. Wanda. Congratulations, Wanda. Please contact me and I will send out your self-striping wonderfulness.
I have some Zombodies coming to me.
I have quite a few Desert Vista dye works coming to me. I was completely enabled by her
generous coupon code.
Very generous coupon code, and I hope a lot of you were as well, because it was very nice of Susan to offer that to us. This month we have fishnets, and she's got some candy and a button and raise on her, I believe it's Strong Heart. Yep, Strong Heart 2-ply fingering, which means it has some nice shadows. It would do good in like a pebbly stitch, seed stitch. 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 400 yards in a very fantastic go. I don't think she has how many stripes are on here. Nope. I think you'd have to go
very bright.
Yes.
And cheerful.
Yeah, different colors of pinks and some yellows and some, tans, peaches. I like it. I like it very much. And she will be our sponsor. I say she, Jody. Fishnets will be the sponsor for June, which it is now.
Yeah, June is now.
June is now. And so yeah, get your entries in. You can have up to 6 now, since June is the 6th month of the year. We also have a summer top KAL going on.
We do.
You've got one dangerously close, and we've got some prizes that we can talk about in enabling. But I think that's all the administrative that's fit to be had.
Yep.
I'm going to pick up some knitting, so I feel like a
normal
person. I have my socks.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Socks are on. This is kind of my weather. The weather has turned a little cooler and a little drier, and so you see I'm wearing a hoodie and socks. I don't know, I just got a little cold earlier. You're in shorts and a t-shirt. But I really like this Desert Vista Dye Works Visio base. I really like the 3 stripes and how it worked up. I'm not going to talk too much more about the sock pattern because more details will be coming, including the name and whatnot, as we get closer to the retreat where it's premiering. You'll see this is another work in progress of the same pattern going the opposite direction. I don't know if I'll include that. It won't be ready in time for the retreat, but I wanted to do the Spacious OMG heel the opposite direction. So,
yep.
That is why I am doing that. And that is the only FO that I have to show.
Okay.
How about you?
I do not have any.
You had 4 last week.
And none this week. But I got very close to getting this done, and like I said, I've been spending more time in a computer than knitting, so
very, very nice. I got to see a try-on session earlier as I was trying to get the SD card to work.
Yeah. So it fits once I get the shoulders seamed up and the neck and arms done. Just have to pick up stitches and bind off, and it'll be ready to go. And that's the Bokeh pattern by Amy Christophers.
Good job on that.
Woohoo! I said her name right. Yay!
And you're holding 2 yarns double.
Yeah. Yeah. 2 double. Yeah.
1 of each.
I'm not holding 2 yarns triple.
No.
So, yeah, this is what the pattern calls for. It's a linen, and then this is my mohair substitute, and it's just acrylic.
It's kind of nice sparkle / shine to it.
Yeah, it's got a different color. It's got a gold flecky.
I really like it. I mean, it's unique. It's something I don't think that I've seen in a store. You do a lot more clothes shopping than me, but it makes it unique too.
Definitely more unique. And yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, I was in my book. Unique is a positive adjective, not a negative one. So
you're a unique snowflake.
I didn't say it with that tone. didn't say special. Well, isn't that special? I said unique. I said unique. It's one of my favorite things about our craft is that we can make things that are unique.
Yeah. So I'm making a hitchhiker with my handspun, and I have gained a point. This wasn't the bulk of what I worked on this week, finishing up the sweater, and then I cast on a sweater, child baby size sweater, and this hopefully will turn into a Gramps, which is a cute little cardigan, and it's got pockets and elbow patches, and it's just super cute. Does it have pockets? I don't know. It definitely has elbow patches.
Yeah. And trim.
Yep.
Like, yeah.
In a contrasting color, so I have a tan to go around the blue. And yeah, everything else has just been plotting and planning what I want to knit next after I finish up my bigger projects. And since it looks like they are getting bigger and get close to being done, I will hit those new things soon. I started a monster, and I'm not sure that it's going to stay a monster. This is his little arm. And part of me is thinking that this yarn has different, a different destiny. So I'm knitting it up, and I'm really enjoying the colors and what it's doing, but I'm just not sure that it's calling out to be a stuffy at this point. Yeah.
Don't get too far in.
It
Because
might
then
need
it gets
to
a
be-
slippery slope. Then
I
you're
know.
like, oh, I put so much work into it.
I know.
Like you can talk yourself out of,
Ripping things out.
yep, using it for its true destiny. You can settle.
Yeah, it feels like it needs to be worn. So I might need to make some hats or something out of it.
Fun.
It needs to be on somebody instead of turned into somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I got. All my dreaming has also taken up a lot of time. You know, I skeined up some yarn and looked at a lot of patterns, and
Yep, I hear you.
tends to happen.
Swatching or trying out new
Oh yes,
ones.
that as well.
Yep, it is literally killing me that I don't have a garment on the needles. I keep on, like, maybe I should ask Amy if she could bring over that book, because I want to cast on, what was the one that it's out of the knit seam that you've got laying on the floor there, that I was like, I must cast that on.
Oh,
The
I'm
Linum.
not sure. Oh, okay.
The Linum. Oh, I must cast that on. And I'm like, no, must not.
Got a lot of work to do, yes.
Focus, grasshopper. So as I mentioned, this is that same sock that you've seen here and elsewhere. I'm just knitting away. This has the Spacious OMG from the opposite direction. I like the way that it worked up. It is indeed twice as tall. I'm kind of filling here because I'm trying to get to my last here 4 stitches. This is the Showstopper base by Leading Men Fiber Arts in the Man of Mystery, and these socks are for my man, who is
There you
not
go.
very mysterious to me anymore after almost 10 years of marriage. But I've got, so this is the original OMG heel and some just stitch patterning, and these are his favorite socks because they don't get slouchy. Was his words. The other ones get loose on his foot. And so this has got some ribbing on the back, which will help with that. And the heel is indeed twice as tall.
Oh, wow.
And I really like this base. You felt the base?
Mhm.
You like the base?
I
Slap
like
at
the
the base? I really like the Showstopper base. I really like how this pattern is working up on his slightly variegated, almost tonal colorway in a mystery. And yeah, I hesitate to even do this because it will dishearten me. But this is the foot of the sock.
You have a long way to go.
I do indeed. Long, long way.
We've discussed this before. It's doing fingering weight sleeves on ones, you know.
Mm-hmm. I guess, yeah, if you put it in actual.
Yeah.
Almost. Like a bracelet length sleeve for me. But I love him, and he is putting up with me being distracted and crazy with the retreat. I almost felt like we should invite our families one of the nights of the retreat and just have like
everybody on. Yeah.
So my kids are helping with the retreat. My husband's putting up with me being on the computer and answering emails and doing this and that until the wee hours of the morning, and so it's a full family deal. Socks for husband, and my shawl design that I don't want to speak too much about other than to mention that I'm really enjoying knitting up the Juno Fiber Arts. This is her Millie, I believe. That's not it. Too many cards in here. That was the Suburban Stitcher one. Distance is the colorway, and it's her Millie single ply sock weight. And so it kind of started out as I said I wasn't going to say too much about it, but a crescent shawl, and then it joins in the round, and it's got some stitch texture, and I'm really enjoying it. It's a very pretty purple, and this slight variegation is being shown off by the stitch pattern. So like with yours, where you were saying it doesn't seem like it's destined, this seems like it's, you know, a single ply fingering, perfect for a really lightweight, loose drapey shawl with that variegation seems destined. I'm enjoying it. I will be talking about it again later at some other point, I'm sure. And those are my 2 works in progress. Boy, we've got a lot of knitting. We are recording a day early. We can give ourselves a little slack.
Yeah, that's true.
Not that a ton was going to get accomplished in the next day.
I might have finished my sweater.
Oh, it's true. It's very close. Everybody go like this for Amy. She gets like a little extra credit point. You got a point on that. Now you get a point on the FO tally. I'm sure you will lovingly show it off next week, which will be the last time we podcast before we have our retreat.
I hear that, last time before the retreat.
Oh dear Lord. So up, down, all around. This is your beautiful swatch. Do you want to switch so that you can hold up the beautiful swatch?
I feel like I need to show the book.
Okay. Up, Down, All Around Stitch Dictionary by the wonderful Wendy Bernard. It is distributed by STC Craft, and the photography is by Thayer Allison Gowdy. This is Blue Sky Alpacas.
Yep. The organic cotton base. Yep.
And this is pretty cheap project bags. All of this is part of a giveaway that we'll talk about at the end, but we're going to focus on the review now. Yes. Our piece of a review of this book was the lace section. So just general comments. We can structure it as general comments. I read the foreword, and her comment on to why she wanted to create a stitch dictionary was that she had spent a great deal of time on her toe-up socks, kind of flipping stitch patterns around. And that kind of flipped my brain upside down. Like, everything that I've ever done, I think I just accept the direction that the stitch patterns are in. Yeah. So if I knit Hermione's Everyday Socks, and they're normally from the cuff down, I do them from the toe up, I don't flip the pattern around. But there are cases where that's really, that's really useful. Mm-hmm. If you're knitting something where a piece of work where there's 2 different directions that the work is going, and you want them to look similar, you have to flip the stitch pattern around.
Yep. Like joining a scarf at the back is an example. Yeah.
Or if you knit the sweater from the top down, but then you did the sleeves from
the bottom up.
The bottom up, that would be another instance. So I guess it caused me to be introspective about my own knitting, right? Like, oh, in the past I've just been like stitch patterns or stitch patterns, yo.
Yeah.
And
Good. Sorry, I just wanted to explain my scarf example. It's like you could knit the two pieces and then join them to get them to match, or you could keep knitting and then flip the chart and keep going in one piece, and that's what I
meant. Yep. So we saw. I always want to say Sir Franklin Habit.
He's been knighted
in my mind.
Okay.
He has been knighted. When he was speaking about his scarves that he designed, he was talking about how he had a wave stitch that he had to try to reverse. And so the stitch patterns in here, uber useful for all kinds of things. We've got Jenna 716 Knit at our retreat is teaching how to design a sock using a Stitch Dictionary class. But as we said, we specifically had the lace. Let's get that direction.
So this is the
checkerboard mesh.
Checkerboard mesh. Yeah, put it over the important bits here.
Yeah, not that you would be able to really see it, but she swatched it with their organic cotton in the I don't know that I have the what colorway it is, but a very pretty blue.
Yeah. And then you can see at the top here the directions are flat and in the round. So if that changes it at all, I think in this particular one, the way that it changes it is that it gives you the edge stitches so that you get a full checkerboard at the edges. And in the round, it needs to not have those edges. And in other cases, if you were to have things that needed to be done on the wrong side, that would be adjusted for in the round versus flat.
But lots and lots of
not everything has that. Oh, nope, flat in the round. Yep, it does. Yeah, I thought that I read that.
But this has bottom up flat, bottom up in the round, and also top down flat and top down in the round.
Okay.
So she's flipped it in all kinds of ways for you.
And it's all written and charted.
Yep.
So if you're not a fan of charts, you have the written directions.
I was telling Amy, I've got quite a few Stitch Dictionaries, whether they be Stitch of a Day, calendars, and a lot of these were unique to me. Like there were some, tried and true ones that I would have only gotten the one direction with, and now I would have written out and charted in the round and flat, from the bottom up and from the top down now, as written in the book. And then I think another thing that we both really enjoyed was, and it's also part of the swatch that Amy did, was they also included a pullover, which you could pretty easily substitute
any of the lace
stitches or any of the not lace stitches for that matter. I mean, to get the same look, you would probably need to do something lacy, but it's I really like the binding. I think I mentioned that last week. And it's because it lays flat, and if you're working on something, it's nice to have it lay flat. Really good color pictures, both small and large throughout. Sometimes it's hard to see the stitch definition on Stitch Dictionary, so the swatches are important. And
yes, you get a swatch for all of them. I mean, some Stitch Dictionaries don't do that
at all. Yeah. Or maybe it's just kind of a picture of it. I didn't have a great deal more to add.
We had already talked about it being the cookbook binding, which is very nice. But it's a great Stitch Dictionary. I don't own any of them until now. So it'll be nice for me to have. I don't have any.
And very versatile. I mean, if you were like me and you were like, wow, I hadn't really thought about the Stitch patterning direction before, eye-opening in that account, but also, to have the Stitch Dictionary where you can go, oh, I really love that stitch, and to have it in so many ways, right? Whether it be in a pullover, and so it would be worked in the round, or to be like a cardigan, so it would be worked flat, any sort of direction.
So we had talked about our section, but you can see that there's other patterns at the end of each section.
Yep, cabled
and
vest, royal cable vest,
wraps, and socks. I mean, just a lot of variety as far as also a lace stole. So that's kind of nice that it's not just a Stitch Dictionary. It gives you a chance to use them.
Yep. Or to substitute.
Yes, exactly.
Wild and crazy. Substitute a stitch patterning using the base pattern as an example.
Yeah. So very fun.
Yes.
And we thank them very much for their wonderful prize.
Yes, yeah. We have this project bag. We have 3 wonderful skeins of Blue Sky alpaca. Alpaca silk. That one's alpaca silk. This one is 100% baby alpaca. And
alpaca silk.
Alpaca silk. I think this one's a fingering, and this one seems to be more like a...
I know that there were mitts in here that you could definitely use this yarn for.
But we picked the color palette, which we enjoy. The bag is super cute with that bird on it. And a signed copy of the book.
Yeah.
So to enter, we're going to have a Ravelry forum. That's where we do our drawings primarily, where you can enter once. And just, we thought of the prompt, how do you generally use Stitch Dictionaries? So
right.
If it's to put it on top of a sock, or to make a, I can't give you all the answers. You guys
or just, exactly.
Read them to freak out the muggles.
Yeah.
Like Dumbledore.
On the bus, just,
It's very interesting how she flipped that one upside down. What are you reading there? A cookbook? Nope. Stitch Dictionary. But yes.
Both would be equally weird, I think, on the bus.
Yeah. So a week from today will be our last one before the retreat, and then the retreat week will be off. So we'll have a good long deadline on this for entry, and then we'll be drawing.
Yep.
So, I love that one. Goodness. Scarab checks. Very pretty. Anyway, I like to look at Stitch Dictionaries like Dumbledore.
More.
I am, indeed. Great book. Go out and grab it if you have any interest in substituting in stitch patterns, or are just interested in having it flip your mind up, down, and all around. I really do like that cardigan every time I look at it. Or pullover, sorry.
Could be the photography.
Could be. Could be.
Awesome.
Yes.
So thank you again for the opportunity to be on the blog tour, and we are excited to give away a generous kit
Prize pack
to you.
Bam. And that is our review. We have a few things in enabling that were sent to us that we wanted to mention.
For sure.
And then we can briefly talk about retreat and be on our way. Kind of getting late.
Yes. The card fiasco kind of set us back some time.
So, a very generous sponsor of the retreat also sent some yarns for Amy and I to review. I gave her the general parameters of things that we like, and she of course chose green for me, but it's Wollonvine.
Yeah, Megan tried to pawn off a different skein on me, but this one called out to me.
Yes. Gorgeousness. Sparkle, sparkle. So, Wollonvine has been a podcaster for quite a while, and has recently gotten into dyeing yarn. This is silky in the Kelp Me colorway, which I think is extremely fun.
Kelp Me.
But it's 70% superwash merino and 30% silk, and it's single ply, which I really like. It always kind of bends my brain how they can make it a single ply when there's two things that it's content, but they mix it all together. And I really like it. I was telling Amy, I think I've been enabled by having this skein to go out and I want to make a garment out of this silky wonderfulness.
Silky single ply. It's intriguing.
Very, very nice, and I love the colors.
And while mine might be considered standard as far as it's the sock base with stellina, Relector?
Yeah.
So Relector is the colorway.
On the blitzed color, which is fun.
Kind of reminds me of that one song, Reflector. Who is that? They have a lot of people in the band. My brain can't.
Yeah, I'm not hearing
Reflector.
the lyrics or the. I'm hearing debaser. To be a debaser.
Not.
That's not Reflector or whatever the word is.
God, people are screaming at their screens if they know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's too late for me to think.
Woolen Vine, hand dyed in Brooklyn.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yes, thank you so very much. Go
This will
check
make
out
something
her
very
podcast if you're not familiar with it, and her yarns. And I think I looked in the shop because I was going to be like, before I say anything, I'll go grab the ones I want. And I don't think she had any out there.
Oh,
It must be a popular base. Love it. Love it. And then Amy's got some bag goodies over there.
So our Summer Tops KL has a sponsor of Awesome Granny. That's right, Nick? Awesome Granny.
She's got the awesomeness right in the name.
So this is her bag set. It comes with a very generously sized bag.
Look at Amy putting bags on her head. This one won't fit on my head.
No. Like a fez, maybe.
Yep, it's that time of night. Max, don't look at me. He's judging me.
But basically, the prize would be one of these bag sets sent directly to you from Awesome Granny.
That's awesome. So
Isn't that great?
Awesome Granny. She, so they get to choose?
I'm not quite sure on that aspect of it, but it would be sent directly from her to you, so communications could happen.
Like a favorite color.
Yeah, guidelines.
You could seed the.
But yeah, definitely a generous size bag for our pullover or top KAL, so that's nice. So that you can then eventually use your bag for a sweater. But yeah, it's got a strap on the side. I don't tend to carry my bags like this, especially the large ones.
Oh, I do.
Okay. That's definitely a Megan thing. And then we have a little tab on the side to hook on whatever you might want, or just hang the bag up when you're done with it.
Or if you take it to the bathroom with you. It's always nice to have a handle so that you don't have to sit it on the floor. Not that you're knitting on the toilet. I was not implying any knitting was happening on the toilet. I don't think that I've ever gone to a public restroom and knit in the bathroom before. I'm trying to think. I'm just saying, like, because I guess maybe I'm a germaphobe in that way. Like, I go to a public restroom and I don't want to set my purse on the floor. I like that I can hang it on a hook. So if you were walking around with your bag with a hook on it, yeah, I do that all the time. It's always on my wrist when I'm... Do you not walk to the playground as much as I do?
Well, I mean, I've done that with bags before, and I have plenty of bags that have that handle on it. I was just thinking generally in the size. I don't know if I would put a sweater size bag on my wrist with a sweater's quantity of yarn in it.
We'll just call it the bathroom handle then, so that you can hang up when you go to the restroom.
or whatever nice thing you want to say. But yes, they come with 2 bags. And you can go ahead and check out her website. We will be linking her.
Yes.
And again, she is the sponsor for our KAL that's at the end of this month. Ending at the end of this month.
Yep. So get yours in. There's some really pretty ones in there.
Yes.
Oh, goodness.
Enabling thread for sure. You could go through all of those summer tops and you're like, oh, add to queue, add to queue.
Yeah, somebody used Madeline Tosh TML and it was for a Hala Knits pattern, but I can't say the pattern name because I think it's German.
Oh.
It was gorgeous. Really super lacy, kind of like a shell. No sleeves. Oh, it's fantastic. Loved it.
Yeah, there's plenty of that kind of enabling going on. I mean, I have 2 summer tops at the top of my queue, and then I have this 3rd one that I've been plotting because there's this yarn that I can't wait to put on the needles, but the Perfect Sweater hasn't called out to me, and I've been talking to Megan like, do you think I can modify this one to do this? And do you think I can modify this one to do this? And it's just going nowhere. So I will soon figure this one out.
Yeah.
My mind will...
I gotta get a garment on the needle. I gotta.
I'm trying to get the big projects off the needles so that I can cast on more.
We are opposites.
Yeah.
Totally opposites. I've got my bag on my hand now.
Yeah. She does that.
I do that a lot. In fact, if I walk somewhere, I'll throw my phone in my knitting bag and like my credit card, and then I'm like set. I'm like the world, ready to take on the world because I have a credit card and my phone and my knitting.
Yep.
I could be just about anywhere. Retreat news. This week, I will be sending out the 5K prediction link. If you choose to participate but do not want to be eligible for prizes, you do not have to submit a time. That's okie dokie artichoke with me. But they will need to be submitted by the Tuesday before the retreat, which is the 14th? 15th, 16th. 16th.
Might as well give it a go. The prizes were pretty good last year.
Yeah, they were pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But there were some people that were interested in something. I can't remember, like a timing device, and they just wanted to opt out.
Yep.
But you never know. Walkers, runners alike. The path will be the same. I've been recently running on it and thinking about how awesome it's going to be. It's part of my. It's not like I went and specifically did the 5K. I'm not eligible for prizes, so I'm not timing myself on that exact route. But I do think of it when I run on the route or the route, depending on where you're from and how you say it. I think, oh, what are people going to think when all of us knitting folks are out?
You should be a group of runners at that point, won't you?
Doing 5K. Yep. You never know. There may be an identifying factor.
This is true. Maybe somebody will be doing the walk-run with knitting.
Yeah. A couple of our helpers along the path were knitting last year.
Oh, that's true too.
Yeah. Joanne
Lots of clues.
Yep. And along that vein, I will be asking for volunteers. I don't think we'll need as many as we had last year. I think I had 5 spots along the path, and I think I had like 2 people per, and I don't think we're going to need that many. We'll get signage and hope maybe some sidewalk chalk arrows, and as per what we learned from last year, there is a rain date. We'll be announcing on Twitter. I also will have our group announcement email that I'm sending this to, that I can also send an announcement to saying, if there's rain, we still will run and walk, but it's only if there's inclement weather, like with lightning and thunder, which I was given a hard time about last year. I thought it was way off in the distance. I didn't think it was anywhere near Rochester on the radar by the time that we did the run walk. But just a heads up, if you wake up that morning and you go, oh, it's raining outside, they're not going to have it. We run and walk in rain. It's the dangerous conditions that we won't be participating in. Lots of fantastic sponsors out in the sponsor webpage. So thankful to everyone. the people that win, I'm having a hard time, like, oh, I wish I was eligible to win this. It's so fantastic. And our goodie bags are going to be fantastic, and everything is fantastic. So it's fantastic.
Yeah. In the vein of volunteers, if you want to volunteer to help us walk some people over to a store that is within blocks of our hotel, please let me know that. We only need 2 or 3 volunteers for that.
Yep, it's and it's the field trip to Jenny's.
Yeah.
So last year we had some volunteers that led it, and it's in a different locale this year. But again, like you said, just blocks away. So we'll need folks for that. I was thinking there was something else that we needed to talk about regarding the retreat, but I can't remember now. It's coming very soon.
Yep. Yeah, please be aware that communications will be coming out, and that if you do not hear from us within the next week, something might be going haywire, and please contact us so that we can get the information to you.
Yep.
Because there is a lot of important stuff coming to you in the next week, or how many ever days we have left until the retreat starts. So please get on that.
Yeah, check your email, and I think next week we'll tell you definitively whether or not the email has been sent. But we've got an awesome pamphlet this year that will be digitally distributed to you. So be on the lookout for that.
So you can read it ahead of time and get extra excited for all the things going on.
Print it, should that be your forte.
Yes.
I view things on my phone. You might print.
And put them in a yellow
folder.
Yellow folder.
Yes, you might. Just hypothetically speaking.
Yes.
Okay. I don't have any more to say other than uber excited about everything that's going on. Couldn't be more excited. Was so looking forward to all of you awesome folks coming.
Oh, I know. I remember one thing that we were going to mention. I know we're kind of trying to wrap up, and then I keep throwing something else in there. But we have some amazing LYSs in our area. And one of them, Stephen B, is having Stephen B and Stephen West, and they're doing a tour. And their tour happens to culminate on the bookends of our retreat. So if you are going to be in the area a day early or a day later, so on that Wednesday or on that Sunday, you want to take in a class with Stephen West or Stephen B, just look up the Stephen's tour, or Stephen B and Stephen West tour. Or is it?
I can link you to it too.
Yes, Megan will link you to it. Check out the dates. Some of our local yarn shops are going to be hosting these classes, and they bookend our retreat. So it's a perfect opportunity for somebody who might not have these classes offered in their area to kind of catch one on their way in or on their way out of our wonderful retreat. So that was it. That was the thing that was in the back of my head, and it finally pushed its way through.
You got it.
And we got it mentioned. So we are excited for them to do that tour, and they are in humble and wonderful Minnesota. So, yay. Bye.
Bye, Uvda.